Am I the asshole for leaving my sister's wedding but keeping the bribe I was paid to attend? My brother is an asshole and has made my life hell since I can remember. I grey-rocked him soon as I understood the concept and have been no contact with him since he moved out of my parents' house. My sister was getting married. I checked to see if he was invited. He was. I RSVP'd my regrets. My sister and parents came by to talk me into attending. I said F*** no. They promised me that he would be on his best behaviour. I said no. They begged. I said no. They asked if there was anything they could do to convince me to go. I said that if they gave me $1,000 each, that I would return if he left me alone. They said no. I said good day. They came back with $2,000 in an envelope. I was at the wedding venue with my wife talking to my parents when my brother arrived. He came right over and called me a slur for a homosexual. My dad's head just dropped. I took my wife's hand and we went out for a night paid for by my parents and sister. We were already dressed up, so we had a fancy night out with our phones off. My parents and sister are furious at my brother. He is mad because my dad told him that he is a child that can't control himself. My brother is mad at me for being a baby and not being able to take a joke. I really don't care. $2,000 isn't bad lot of money, but it is enough to sting. Now maybe they will listen when I say I do not want to be around him. My mum, however, is mad at me for taking the money. She seems to think I was being paid to out up with his abuse. I've tried explaining that it was more of a bond on his behaviour. She won't listen. Am I the asshole for taking the money and leaving? Not the asshole. Did your brother leave you alone? No. Was he on his best behaviour? Hell no. You kept your end of the bargain. They didn't. And I guess we know the parent who enabled your brother all these years. Our mom seems to think I was being paid to put up with his abuse. F off, Mom. Yup. OP got paid to asterisk, give him a chance asterisk, and did. He blew that chance the moment he walked in. I said that if they gave me $1,000 each, that I would return asterisk asterisk if he left me alone, asterisk asterisk. He didn't leave you alone. You were there and prepared to stay, but they didn't fill their end of the deal. They banked on him behaving. He's the one who cost them the money. They should have graciously accepted your decline, not the asshole. The deal was $1,000 each and he leaves you alone. He didn't leave you alone. Maybe your parents need to collect some cash from your brother since he couldn't keep his mouth shut for one evening. Solid, not the asshole. Money if he leaves me alone. Asterisk proceeds to immediately not leave you alone, asterisk. The F asterisk 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 is wrong with your mom, LOA. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not staying out of adult business and ruining my dad's marriage? Throwaway account, because people in the family know my main. I, 15 female, am in a weird situation and would like an outside perspective. I am my parents' mum, 37 female, and dad, 42 male, only child together, and I have a stepmum, Eve, 42 female. From what I was told, my dad and my stepmum were a couple first, but things didn't work out shortly after they had my siblings, and my dad eventually met and married my mum after she discovered that she was pregnant with me. My dad didn't marry Eve, and from what my aunts told me, she was really bitter about that and used my siblings as a weapon to punish my dad and mum. My mum tried her best, but after she found out that my dad and Eve were sleeping together, she filed for divorce. During the marriage, my dad had an established business that grew, and because my mum was able to prove that she had done unpaid labour for my dad's business, my mum had some leverage within the divorce and agreed to relinquish a stake in the company for alimony, the house, and a car for herself while getting child support for me. For the next couple of years, my mum focused on me and going back to school because my dad convinced her to stop while she was taking a break from her studies to save up more money. She eventually graduated and tried looking for work, but nothing really interested her. My dad and stepmum, who had gotten married by then, were always angry with my mum for not getting a job so that they would be less alimony to pay and tried to get 50/50ths custody of me to try and reduce child support. But I never liked living with my dad full-time because I was often made to babysit their younger children. My older siblings were never warmed up to me, and I didn't like the way Eve and her family would talk about my mum. Eventually, my mum got certified for a job she wanted, and has been an independent contractor for years. Because of this, my mum submitted the paperwork to stop alimony, and she's been living life. Last week when I was with my mom Eve, my sister Zoe, 20 female, and Eve's sisters were in the living room saying very rude things about my mom. They called her a side piece, a gold digger, and said that my older sister had to take out loans because of the increase in alimony that my mum was awarded. I walked in and called Eve and Zoe liars, that my mum was never the side piece, and my mum has been working for years, so there was no alimony. There was a big confrontation, and I ended up leaving, but I later sent Eve, Zoe, and one of Eve's sisters a link to my mum's professional social media page that listed the companies she worked for. Turns out, my dad never told his family that the alimony payments stopped, and instead of putting the extra money towards them, he's been keeping it for spending it elsewhere. It's crazy over there, and my dad and a few of his family members are saying that I'm wrong for meddling in grown folks' business. I just hated how they were talking and spreading lies about my mum, but maybe I went about it the wrong way. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your dad was lying and throwing your mum under the bus in order to keep money from your step-family and let them sit there and slag her off while you're around. All you did was defend her, and rightfully so. He deserves everything he has coming, and I wouldn't feel bad for people who are happy to talk shit about your mum either. I don't feel bad for Eve or Zoe, but after my dad got back with Eve, they had other children, and I feel bad for them. That's on your dad, not you. Eve could easily have found out from somewhere else. This is a case of your dad playing stupid games and winning, letting his entire family down. You are not responsible for your dad's relationships with his other kids, or the impact that his dishonesty might have on their lives. If your dad was a good, honest person, he wouldn't have so much mess to clean up. Not the asshole. You had no way of knowing that Dad was lying to his wife and her children. You were defending your mother and her accomplishments. Eve and crew should have kept their opinions to themselves while you were anywhere nearby. That was freaking rude and uncalled for. Because even if your mother was still collecting alimony, that was a legal decision your dad entered into. Your father and his other family are the AHS here. Dad shouldn't be keeping secrets, and his wife and children should be keeping their opinions to themselves. Edit to add, you in no way ruined Eve and Dad's marriage. They did that to themselves. Asterisk, instead of putting the extra money towards them, he's been keeping it for spending it elsewhere. Asterisk. I wonder if he is spending his extra money on a third family. He's quite a jerk. Not the asshole. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.